Unit 5, Human Biology, Digestive System. The digestive process is the way the body breaks down food into small nutrients that can be used for energy, growth, and repair. Steps of the digestive process. 1. Mouth. Digestion starts in the mouth. Teeth chew food into small pieces. Saliva mixes with food and begins breaking down starch. 2. Esophagus. The swallowed food moves through a tube called the esophagus. Muscles push the food down to the stomach. 3. Stomach. The stomach churns and mixes food with digestive juices. Acids and enzymes help break food into a liquid form. For small intestine, most digestion happens here. Nutrients from food pass into the blood. The liver and pancreas help by adding digestive chemicals. 5. Large intestine. Water is absorbed from the remaining food. Waste becomes solid. 6. Rectum and anus. Waste is stored in the rectum. It leaves the body through the anus as feces. Importance of digestion. Gives energy. Helps growth. Repairs body tissues. Removes waste. The 4 main digestive processes. The 4 main digestive processes are ingestion, taking food into the mouth. Digestion, breaking food into smaller particles using teeth, stomach acids, and enzymes. Absorption, nutrients from digested food pass into the blood through the small intestine. Digestion elimination, removing undigested waste from the body. The oral cavity. The oral cavity is another name for the mouth. It is the first part of the digestive system where food enters the body. Functions of the oral cavity. Teeth chew food into smaller pieces. Tongue mixes food and helps in swallowing. Saliva softens food and begins digestion. Importance. The oral cavity helps start digestion and makes food easy to swallow. Teeth. Teeth are hard structures found in the mouth. They help us chew food, speak clearly, and give shape to the face. Humans have 2 sets of teeth during life. Milk teeth, baby teeth, first teeth in children. Permanent teeth, adult teeth. Main functions of teeth. 1. Chewing food. Teeth cut, tear, crush, and grind food into smaller pieces so it can be swallowed and digested easily. 2. Speaking. Teeth help produce sounds correctly. Words containing sounds like T, F, and S need teeth. 3. Appearance. Teeth support the lips and cheeks and help create a beautiful smile. Parts of a tooth. A tooth has different layers and parts. External parts. Crown. The visible part above the gum. Neck. The middle part where the crown meets the gum. Root. The part fixed inside the jawbone. It holds the tooth firmly. Internal structure of a tooth. 1. Enamel. Hard outer covering. Strongest substance in the human body. Protects the tooth. 2. Dentin. Located under enamel. Less hard than enamel. Sensitive to heat and cold. 3. Pulp. Soft inner part. Contains nerves and blood vessels. Gives nourishment to the tooth. 4. Cementum. Covers the root. Helps attach the tooth to the jawbone. Types of teeth and their functions. Adults usually have 30 to permanent teeth. 1. Incisors. Front teeth. Sharp edges. Used for cutting food. 2. Canines. Pointed teeth beside incisors. Used for tearing food. 3. Premolars. Broad surfaces. Crush and grind food. 4. Molars. Largest teeth at the back. Strong for grinding food. Dental formula. In each half of the jaw there are 2 incisors. 1 canine. 2 premolars. 3 molars. Formation of teeth. Teeth begin forming before birth inside the gums. Baby teeth usually appear between 6 months and 3 years. Permanent teeth replace them from about 6 to 12 years. Esophagus. The esophagus is a long muscular tube that connects the throat pharynx to the stomach. It is part of the digestive system and helps move swallowed food and liquids into the stomach. Another name for the esophagus is the food pipe. Location of the esophagus. The esophagus lies behind the windpipe trachea, in front of the backbone spine. It starts from the throat and passes through the chest into the stomach. Main function of the esophagus. The main function is transporting food. It moves food and liquids from the mouth to the stomach. The esophagus does not digest food chemically. Its job is mainly transportation. Process of swallowing. Peristalsis. The esophagus uses wave-like muscular movements called peristalsis. Peristalsis is the rhythmic contraction and relaxation of muscles that pushes food downward. How it works. Muscles behind the food contract. Muscles ahead relax. Food moves toward the stomach. This movement works even when a person is upside down. Stomach. The stomach is a muscular, J-shaped organ in the digestive system. It lies between the esophagus and the small intestine. The stomach stores food, mixes it with digestive juices, and begins digestion. Location of the stomach. The stomach is located in the upper left side of the abdomen, below the diaphragm, behind the ribs. Shape. and size. The stomach looks like a curved bag or the letter J. An empty stomach is small, but it can expand greatly after eating. Main functions of the stomach. 1. Storage of food. The stomach temporarily stores food after swallowing. 2. Mechanical digestion. The stomach muscles churn and mix food. This action breaks food into smaller particles. 3. Chemical digestion. The stomach releases digestive juices that help digest food, especially proteins. For formation of chyme. The stomach changes food into a semi-liquid mixture called chyme. Chyme slowly moves into the small intestine. Parts of the stomach. The stomach has four main regions. 1. Cardia, upper part near the esophagus, receives swallowed food. 2. Fundus, dome-shaped upper section, stores gases and food. 3. Body, largest middle part, main area for digestion. 4. Pylorus, lower part connected to the small intestine, controls food release into the duodenum. Sphincters of the stomach. Cardiac sphincter, lower esophageal sphincter, controls food entering from the esophagus, prevents acid from moving backward. Pyloric sphincter, controls movement of chyme into the small intestine. Layers of the stomach wall. The stomach wall has several layers. 1. Mucosa, inner lining containing gastric glands. 2. Submucosa, contains blood vessels and nerves. 3. Muscular layer. The stomach has powerful muscles for churning food. 4. Serosa, outer protective covering, gastric glands and their secretions. Special glands in the stomach lining produce gastric juice. Main components include 1. Hydrochloric acid HCl. Functions: kills bacteria, creates acidic environment, activates digestive enzymes. The stomach pH is very acidic. 2. Pepsin, an enzyme that digests proteins into smaller peptides. Pepsin works best in acidic conditions. 3. Mucus, protects the stomach lining from acid and enzymes. Without mucus, the stomach could digest itself. 4. Intrinsic factor, helps absorb vitamin B12. Digestion in the stomach. Protein digestion. Protein digestion begins mainly in the stomach. Pepsin breaks proteins into smaller molecules. Fat digestion. Small amounts of fat digestion occur. Carbohydrate digestion. Very little carbohydrate digestion occurs, because stomach acid stops salivary amylase. Mechanical actions of the stomach. The stomach performs mixing, churning, peristalsis. These movements combine food with gastric juice. Absorption in the stomach. Very little absorption occurs here. Some substances absorbed include water, alcohol, certain medicines. Protection of the stomach. The stomach protects itself through thick mucus layer, rapid cell replacement, special bicarbonate secretion. Small intestine. The small intestine is a long, coiled tube in the digestive system, where most digestion and absorption of nutrients take place. It connects the stomach to the large intestine. It is called small because it is narrower in width than the large intestine, not because it is short. Main functions of the small intestine. 1. Digestion, completes the chemical digestion of carbohydrates, proteins, fats. 2. Absorption, absorbs nutrients into the blood and lymph. Most nutrients are absorbed here. 3. Movement of food, pushes food forward using muscular movements. Parts of the small intestine. The small intestine has 3 major sections. 1. Duodenum, the first and shortest part. Functions: receives chyme from the stomach, receives bile from the liver, receives pancreatic juice from the pancreas, neutralizes stomach acid. Digestion in the duodenum. Most chemical digestion begins here. 2. Jejunum, the middle part. Functions: major site for nutrient absorption, absorbs sugars, amino acids, vitamins, and minerals. The inner surface has many folds for increased absorption. 3. Ileum, the last and longest section. Functions: absorbs vitamin B12, absorbs bile salts, connects to the large intestine. Structure of the small intestine. The wall of the small intestine has several layers. 1. Mucosa, inner lining containing villi. 2. Submucosa, contains blood vessels and nerves. 3. Muscular layer, helps movement and mixing of food. 4. Serosa, outer protective layer. Villi and microvilli. The inside surface has millions of tiny finger-like projections called villi. These increase the surface area for absorption. Each villus contains blood capillaries, lacteals, lymph vessels, microvilli, even smaller projections on cells of villi. Together they form the brush border. This greatly increases absorption efficiency. Surface area. The folds, villi, and microvilli create a huge surface area. This allows maximum nutrient absorption. pH of the small intestine. The environment is slightly alkaline. This helps digestive enzymes work effectively. Importance of the small intestine. The small intestine is the main site for digestion, nutrient absorption. Without it, the body could not obtain enough nutrients for energy, growth, and repair. Accessory organs of the digestive system. The accessory organs of the digestive system are organs that help digestion, but food does not pass directly through them. They produce substances such as enzymes, bile, and saliva that help break down food. Main accessory organs include salivary glands, liver, gallbladder, pancreas, teeth, tongue. What are accessory organs? Accessory organs assist the alimentary canal digestive tract by producing digestive juices, helping chew and swallow food, breaking down nutrients chemically. Accessory organs help from the side. 1. Salivary glands. Salivary glands produce saliva. There are three major pairs. A. Parotid glands, located near the ears. B. Submandibular glands, located below the jaw. C. Sublingual glands, located under the tongue. Functions of saliva. Main functions: moistening food, makes food easier to swallow. Digestion of starch. Saliva contains the enzyme salivary amylase. This begins carbohydrate digestion, cleaning the mouth. Saliva helps remove bacteria and food particles. 2. Liver. The liver is the largest internal organ in the body. It is located on the upper right side of the abdomen, below the diaphragm. Functions of the liver. The liver has many important functions. A. Production of bile. The liver produces bile, a greenish-yellow digestive fluid. Bile helps digest fats. B. Emulsification of fats. Bile breaks large fat globules into smaller droplets. This increases surface area for Lipase action. C. Storage of nutrients. The liver stores glycogen, vitamins, iron. D. Detoxification. The liver removes harmful substances from blood. Examples: alcohol, drugs, toxins. E. Regulation of blood sugar. The liver controls glucose levels. Structure of the liver. The liver contains tiny functional units called lobules. These contain blood vessels, liver cells, hepatocytes. 3. Gallbladder. The gallbladder is a small pear-shaped organ located below the liver. Functions of the gallbladder: storage of bile, stores bile produced by the liver. Concentration of bile, removes water to make bile stronger. Release of bile, releases bile into the duodenum when fatty food enters. Importance of bile. Bile helps fat digestion, fat absorption, neutralization of stomach acid. 4. Pancreas. The pancreas is a soft gland located behind the stomach. It acts as a digestive organ, an endocrine gland. Digestive functions of the pancreas. The pancreas produces pancreatic juice. This contains important enzymes. Pancreatic enzymes. A. Pancreatic amylase, digests carbohydrates. B. Trypsin, digests proteins. C. Lipase, digests fats. Bicarbonate ions. The pancreas also releases bicarbonate. Function: neutralizes acidic chyme from the stomach. Hormonal functions of the pancreas. The pancreas produces hormones such as insulin, glucagon. These regulate blood sugar. 5. Teeth. Teeth are mechanical digestive organs. Functions: cutting food, tearing food, grinding food. 6. Tongue. The tongue is a muscular organ in the mouth. Functions of the tongue: mixing food, mixes food with saliva. Formation of bolus, forms chewed food into a soft mass called bolus. Swallowing, pushes bolus into the pharynx. Taste, contains taste buds for detecting sweet, sour, bitter, salty. Large intestine. The large intestine is the final part of the digestive system. It is wider, but shorter than the small intestine. Its main functions are absorption of water and salts, formation and storage of feces, elimination of waste from the body. Main functions of the large intestine. 1. Absorption of water. The large intestine absorbs most of the remaining water from undigested food. This prevents dehydration. 2. Absorption of salts and vitamins. Absorbs mineral salts, vitamins produced by bacteria, especially vitamin K and some B vitamins. 3. Formation of feces. Undigested material becomes solid waste called feces. Feces contain water, undigested food, bacteria, dead cells. For storage of feces, waste is stored in the rectum before elimination. 5. Defecation. The process of removing feces through the anus. Parts of the large intestine. The large intestine has several sections. 1. Cecum. The first pouch-like section. It receives material from the small intestine. Attached to it is the appendix, a small finger-like structure. The appendix contains lymphatic tissue and may help immunity. 2. Colon. The longest part of the large intestine. It has 4 sections. A. Ascending colon. Moves upward on the right side. B. Transverse colon. Crosses the abdomen horizontally. C. Descending colon. Moves downward on the left side. D. Sigmoid colon. S-shaped region leading to the rectum. 3. Rectum. Temporary storage area for feces. 4. Anus. Opening through which feces leave the body. Contains internal sphincter ABD external sphincter. These control defecation. Intestinal bacteria. The large intestine contains billions of helpful bacteria called gut flora or microbiota. These bacteria produce vitamins, help break down materials, prevent harmful bacteria growth. Water absorption process. When material enters the large intestine, it still contains water. The colon absorbs water through its walls. Too much water absorption causes constipation. Too little absorption causes diarrhea. Defecation reflex. When the rectum fills, stretch receptors are stimulated, nerves send signals. Sphincters relax, feces are expelled. pH of the large intestine. The environment is slightly acidic to neutral. 4. Anus. Opening through which feces leave the body. Contains internal sphincter ABD external sphincter. These control defecation. Intestinal bacteria. The large intestine contains billions of helpful bacteria called gut flora or microbiota. These bacteria produce vitamins, help break down materials, prevent harmful bacteria growth. Water absorption process. When material enters the large intestine, it still contains water. The colon absorbs water through its walls. Too much water absorption causes constipation. Too little absorption causes diarrhea. Defecation reflex. When the rectum fills, stretch receptors are stimulated, nerves send signals. Sphincters relax, feces are expelled. pH of the large intestine. The environment is slightly acidic to neutral.